Hi guys, welcome back to Learn Golf with Cassie. Today we're going to try and continue the work where we try and keep my right heel down in my strike.
Yeah, so we're trying to make sure the posture is better at strike, and that means not jumping up from the right heel before we get to the ball. What do we say?
Let's get into it.
Thanks, Cassie. So continuing in from last week, check out the video when we were working on the goal is good posture impact. The problem we've got is Cassie tends to jump off with her right foot and then throw the club. This was in our previous video with the gap wedge. Posture's okay to begin with. I feel like she's pulling the hands a little bit away from her body at this point, but we'll sort that out another time. So it's a little bit too vertical, and the right elbow is really miles away from her body, so it's a little bit too vertical. But anyway, at the top of the swing, she's kind of standing up a little bit here, but she makes a good transition. She sits into her left side, into her left heel, which is what we've been working on last time. She gets down to here, hands are just about halfway down. Now look at her right foot, it just jumps up. By the time she hits the ball, which is now, she's way up on that right foot. Her shoulders are basically, she's standing up, so there's no impact position at all. And then the hands kind of pull around her body. She's still kind of very upright, and then it pulls around to an end. So it looks okay by the end of it, but we're trying to get out of that habit of the hips standing up, moving close to the body, and then the arms having sort of like swing around her body instead of like hang and swing through and drag through. So that's where we are. What we need to do is make sure that that foot stays down, and then she kind of feels more like she's dragging the club through with that left hip. Once she's hit the ball, that's going to bring her right foot up. So she's jumping there, and she's lost her posture. So she's jumping up on the right heel too early. Whereas we want her to feel like this left hip is pushing away and dragging it through, and then it pulls her up. So this is what we want. Feeling of dragging it through. That was perfect. This is not what we want. We don't want that hip moving towards the ball and jumping up and losing our posture, then throwing the club down. Cassie has to throw the club down because she's too far away from the ball now. So we need her to feel more the arms staying underneath the shoulders, and then this hip pushing away until like she's dragging it through, and then getting pulled up. Let's see it from down the line. So from down the line, we don't want her jumping up. We want her arms dropping below her shoulders and not moving this hip toward the ball. This hip should be pushing away as we come down here. This hip's pushing away and dragging this one round. And then that hip will come through afterwards, not first. So this is what we're looking for. Dead straight, right over the 150 with Cassie's 8-iron. And this is the opposite of what we want. Jumping off that right side. So losing the posture. So what we're going to do, we're going to put my golf glove under Cassie's right foot, so we can see whether she's pushing into that glove, pulling it through, and then here she can lift up. See if I can do it. So we're going to keep the glove here, so she can feel it under her heel, and pushing into the glove. Okay, let's see how Cassie does. So we're going to be watching the right foot to see if it stays in the shot, and we're going to freeze when we get down to shot. This is slow mo so you can see it in action, but there she's up on her right heel, so up on her right toe, and we haven't got the glove down yet. We're doing a couple to see where she is to begin with. Here's another one. Nice slow motion. You can see she jumped. Her hips jump up at the ball. She's making pretty good swings. She's getting pretty good results. But if we're going to make and take the next step, she needs to be able to stay in the shot and not have that jump up. And if we're going to freeze it every time today. We're now putting the glove down underneath her foot so she can see. I've told her I want her to feel like the left hip is pushing back and then it's dragging the swing. She's still up on that one. Dragging the swing through, kind of the left side dragging her through. That one's a little bit better. She's not jumped up quite so much. The result was fair, a little bit low, but pretty decent. We want her to feel more of the left side dragging her through. That was a good practice swing. See if she can hold it in the actual shot. That's a lot better. Didn't jump up, a little bit off the ground, but that's much better. Seeing down the line, a lot better there. Now she's got a focus with the glove under her foot. It's giving her something to think about and to feel as she does it. Again, pretty good. Some definite improvements in those ones down the line. Okay, and here's one where she's kind of gone half up and managed to stay half down. So that's kind of like an improvement generally. And we've got some actually pretty good strikes here. So having that feeling of keeping that foot down is really important for her to keep the posture. And we'll do one more before we take the glove away. We remove the crutch, see if she can do it without the glove. So not so much on this one, but not so much as before. So you've got to take it into consideration that she was really jumping up before. Now it's kind of halfway instead of completely. So we're actually pretty happy with the progress today in this exercise. Okay, so pretty good session there. We're going to keep on working on that. It is trying to get the distance without trying to throw the club and jump up, and that's something that we've really been fighting over many years now. In order to get the feeling of actually playing golf, we've let it go a little bit, but we're going to bring it back in now that we've got the quality of strike to get the shots without having to jump up.
Yeah. So thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Click the thumbs up button, subscribe, bye.